hurry, guys, because it's not letting me connect to a game. This is bad. It's 9:43. Literally like 10 minutes. 10. 10, 10, 10, 10. We gotta hurry! I wanna at least get one more. How many do we need to get, actually? 2. So I'm gonna get one more. Just one more. Come on, come on. Come on!
You could be back in my life, but you're only getting this close to me and my family, because the way he's acting is absolutely unacceptable. And unless there's some kind of evidence to prove that he's not this toxic piece of garbage
loading
anymore,
snappy.
then I really would have my guard up and be very cautious in my decisions moving forward. Am I the jerk for not warning my coworker about a crazy customer who was coming into his department? So this occurred when I worked at one of the big indoor lumber yards that was really just a big box store. I was working there part-time on the
I want to get a loading screen. Let's see, where is it? Oh, fanning corny. Is that even the one that you unlocked for the thing? Down the barrel, in the wind.
And I'm going on break, and she's gonna join me outside to smoke. I'm out there for no more than a minute when my supervisor calls me that a customer needs help, and no one can be found. I reluctantly walk back inside, knowing that it was Kevin. I get in there, and Kevin needs help deciding which barbecue he should buy. And with knowing that this guy is notoriously very cheap and will probably just return it, I suggest a moderately low-priced unit. He bites and I load it onto his card, and he leaves off to another department. I breathe a sigh of relief as he walks into electrical, which is right next door to my department. Almost immediately after he is out of my sight line, I hear him yelling at a coworker. Now, I could have gone over there and try and helped out and calmed down whatever it was. I could have called for a supervisor. I could have told security to go over there. If you haven't realized it yet, I did nothing. Kevin was notorious for having full-on meltdowns and temper tantrums just because the product wasn't on the front of the shelf. If it was out of stock, then you need to stand clear, because Kevin was going to tell you exactly how to run a store, all while calling you every nasty name in the book. And God help you if the product he wanted was discontinued. As I said, a nightmare customer, and to top it all off, he's a regular. I don't remember the conversation I overheard in the next aisle, but I do remember my coworker telling Kevin to F off.
We have to hurry. Hurry.
And I screamed for my manager.
We gotta hurry.
That they were fighting in the aisle. I tried to rush in to break them up, but it was too late. Kevin managed to pick up my coworker and slam him into the shelves. Seeing me, Kevin tried to run down the aisle, only to be clotheslined by security, who detained him on the spot. I never in my life have seen handcuffs put on that fast. My coworker was taken away with a fractured skull and a couple of broken bones. He ultimately wasn't fired, but did decide to quit. He blamed me for not intervening earlier and not warning him that Kevin was around. Most of my coworkers didn't agree with him, but I still felt really guilty. Management did end up scolding me. The leader gave the security footage, saying that
come on.
the aisle the way I did could have
I just
ended
need to
badly
get like
Kevin had come for me.
I think I can play this one game. Alright, we'll make the time a little bit extra. We'll go straight up to 10:20. 10:20 is a little excessive, but I'm willing for it.
And I was called in to testify. My coworker pulled me aside after Kevin was found guilty of all charges.
Okay, that's another 100. That's another, well, 130.
Kevin, having been charged with prior assaults, was sentenced to 15 years in jail.
Come on.
Also seized his property to pay for damage.
No! Hurry up, I'm trying to get as much XP.
All because of his actions, and had to go on welfare just to get through it. I only know this because she was seeking out my former coworker to get him to stop the courts from seizing their property. So with all things in consideration, I really need to know, am I the jerk for not intervening sooner, or even warning my coworker about who was coming around the corner? This is gonna sound really polarizing, but I don't think you're the jerk in this situation. Dealing with customers like that is absolutely toxic.
We gotta hurry! Hurry!
But unfortunately, in that line of work,
Snappy, we gotta make this match snappy.
Your coworker has to blame himself for swearing at Kevin in such a way. Honestly, I'm surprised Kevin hadn't been banned from the store at this point, because his toxic behavior is absolutely unacceptable. If the coworker didn't swear
at 10:20, we stop.
I know when you're in retail, you probably want to say that.
This is a grind from 7 a.m. to 10, and it is now 9. So, well, 10:20, and it's now 9. So, We gotta hurry.
And it's not your department.
Hurry.
You are not to
Okay.
blame for this
As soon as someone
situation.
marks
So in
something,
my
I'm
opinion, I
hopping.
wouldn't be so hard on yourself. I
Don't care how
honestly
far
don't
it
think
is.
anybody could have predicted
I
that Kevin would be this
am
violent. So I honestly don't
hopping.
think you were to blame in the slightest.
I'm gonna
But
hop
what do
in
you
here.
think? Leave a comment down below. If you were in this situation, what would you have done? We would love to hear what you have to say. My boyfriend's extended family is incredibly toxic towards me, and I desperately do not want to visit them while on Christmas based on previous past experience, and I don't know what to do. So my boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years. We did spend our first Christmas together, as we were a very new couple. We did spend last Christmas together, and it was the worst Christmas I've ever had in quite a long time, and I genuinely don't want
I'm
to
trying to
experience
see if I
that
can
again.
find
For some context,
anyone
my
to
boyfriend and I
kill,
grew up in
shoot,
very different
anything.
homes.
I'm
I grew up
trying.
poor, and
I'm
my family
hurrying.
is very
I'm trying to get as
affectionate. I
much as
don't
I
even
can.
remember the last Christmas we
Trying
were
to do
all
as
together.
much
Maybe it was
as
about a
possible.
decade ago. My parents adopted my brother's children 5 years back. They still aren't well off, so any Christmas gifts are for the kids, and I'm fine with that. I don't need any gifts. My father's health has been failing, so I just cherish the time I have with the family I still have. In complete contrast, my boyfriend grew up in a rich family, college paid
There's
for
no
and
one
trust
here,
fund rich. They
at
all
least that
have
I
good
know of right now.
relationships and spend every holiday as one big happy family, with not a single person missing. And every holiday season, they are showered with gifts and lavish parties by his grandparents. Last year, I was wheelchair bound due to an accident, so I kind of went with my boyfriend to what he did since we lived together and I couldn't really drive. We received formal invites to several Christmas parties his family held. My name was on them, so I thought I'd be welcome with open arms. I did get the chance to stop by my parents' house and drop gifts off. It was the best part of my entire Christmas, just spending those couple hours with them. We ended up spending the night Christmas Eve at his parents'. The married couples got the bedrooms, and since we weren't married, we got separate air mattresses in separate living rooms, which is not fun with my busted up legs. But I understood, because we aren't married. Eventually, his mother made a comment that really stung, as we all got ready for bed. She said, "I'm so happy all my boys and their wives are here. No offense to you." She said that looking directly at me, and it did not sit well with me at all. The next day we went to his grandparents' house, and I was in awe
I'm
seeing
gonna
so many
make
family members, and they all seemed so happy and getting along. My boyfriend had
I'm gonna
assured me
make their
when we got the
contract
invite, his parents would make me
hell.
feel welcome. I've met them many times,
All
so I thought
tires
it wouldn't be
pop,
too bad. They
so
started
they won't be
opening
going
presents
anywhere
in the basement living room.
that
They
fast.
couldn't get to
They're
it
gonna have to
because of
repair
my
the tires,
wheelchair. I don't
and while
expect
they're
20 or so
repairing the
people to
tires,
accommodate me though, so my boyfriend
I
carried me
kill them.
downstairs. Grandma came out with a wagon full of gifts. I was sat with my boyfriend and his brothers and their wives. Grandma hands all of the wives 5 to 6 gifts. She looks me dead in the eye and said, "Sorry, only wives get presents. Maybe next year if you two are married, you might get something." Which was really nasty because all the wives had been with their husbands as long as my boyfriend had been with me. It wasn't about the presents. It was her saying that to my face after inviting me into her home, after I gave up my family time to be there. It felt like a slap in the face. I had to hold back my tears, watching all the wives open lavish gifts of designer bags, jewelry, blankets, things I'd never even dreamed of receiving. It stung so deep. My only solace was knowing that my boyfriend and I were going to be going home soon, and we would have our own little Christmas exchange. One gift to each other. I had pre-made a lasagna to bake, and we had a movie picked out. I just wanted to leave and do that so badly. So I told my boyfriend I wanted to leave and do our own Christmas. He started helping me up the stairs, and his family started begging him to stay. He told me that he would call me an Uber, and we could open our gifts tomorrow. We got upstairs, and the moment it was just the two of us, I broke down sobbing. I told him to please just come with me, and it was the only thing I was looking forward to. Of course, right as I'm sobbing my eyes out, begging my boyfriend to come home, his dad comes upstairs. I felt pathetic, sobbing in front of him and his dad. My boyfriend felt awful and apologized profusely. He said he would come back home with me. We went home and exchanged our gifts, and ended up both
1%.
falling asleep from holiday exhaustion.
Crap.
Which brings me to this holiday season. I'm
UAV,
absolutely
perfect.
dreading it. We've already received an invite to the first Christmas gathering of the season. I'm willing to go to his family parties that they throw, but I just cannot find it in me to go to his family's actual Christmas Day gathering. We still aren't married, so I know I'm going to be treated that way again, and I just can't handle it. Family is extremely important to my boyfriend, and I know he is already expecting me to come through based on some of the comments that he has made. How do I tell him without bashing on his family that I would prefer not to go? I want to spend Christmas Eve with my family.
No!
Frankly, I'd rather spend Christmas Day alone. I just know that he won't take it well. I've avoided so many family gatherings this year because I just can't even look at his grandma. She's made it very clear that she doesn't like me, even telling my boyfriend to make sure that he doesn't get me pregnant, or else he is going to be stuck making child support payments, treating me as if I'm only after his money. I didn't even know how rich his family was until 6 months ago after we started dating. I love my boyfriend's dad and some of his brothers, as well as their wives. I don't want him thinking I hate his entire family, but I also don't want to come off as if I'm bashing the rest of his family either. They are kind enough to invite me to their parties, so
Okay, I know there's that one motherfucker over there. Yep.
and I don't know what to do. Wow, this story actually made me angry. The way these people were treating this lady is
I missed
absolutely
twice.
disgusting. There's literally no excuse for acting this way. They not only ostracized her, but they made it a point to make her feel unwelcome. Like, it's just absolutely disgusting. And that comment made by the grandma saying, "Oh, don't get her pregnant, you'll be stuck with child support payments." How vile and vindictive and gross can you possibly get? I don't blame this original poster in the slightest. I would not want to show up to this family stuff ever again either. You can't treat people like that and then expect them to want to show up when it counts. So in my opinion, if I were in your shoes, I would not go to this. There is no way in the world I would ever put myself through that kind of situation ever again. That's just not gonna happen. So I think you need to take the time and talk to your boyfriend honestly and openly. You need to explain exactly where you're coming from and why you don't feel comfortable around his family, especially around Christmas. I would much rather take a home that is poor and doesn't have everything together, but is at least decent to me and treats me like family, as opposed to having a family that's rich and incredibly hateful. It is not worth your time deciding to step away from these people, and if your boyfriend really cares about you, he will take the time to do what you need to do. You can even approach this by saying, "Hey, last year we went to your family's house. This year, let's go to my parents' house. Spend time with your family. Maybe this will be a nice contrast, and you can start a pattern of going back and forth. If anything, that can at least be a short-term solution. And that's not even necessarily a lie. Maybe in another year, his family might warm up to you a little bit more and treat you decently. But as of right now, based on what you have already gone through, I don't blame you in the slightest for not wanting to go, because these people are absolutely toxic, and you should not have to deal with that." Thanks for watching. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications. To finish listening to all the stories, use the playlist at the top of the description. And the next time you live stream, use the Cream of the Crop music. Search Cream of the Stream on Spotify or whatever platform you use for copyright-free music to use for your next stream.
I might use that next stream.
Karen uses a credit card scam to get over $2,000 worth of gift cards. She commits serious fraud, and even when she's found out, she keeps pushing. Here's what happened. Subscribe to Am I the Jerk on YouTube and hit the bell to turn on notifications.
Is that a revive pistol? Bro's just whipped out the revive pistol. No way.
Policy. However, our do not rent list is made up of mainly entitled locals who just don't know when to stop. I have a feeling this local coming in today might just be the newest addition to that list. The last time this guest was in, we'll call her
they're behind us.
She brought her mother and had a pretty good time. This was just before New Year's. She did pull the Karen card a bit, but nothing too bad. She has a history of making complaints to get things for free. As she was checking out, she inquired about purchasing gift certificates so that she and her mother could partake in a little self-care throughout the year and use the gift cards to pay for everything. A total of $2,400 in gift cards were purchased. In her mind, buying the gift card right then was her way of holding herself to her New Year's resolution.
Triple bar.
Being a giant pain in the butt. Fast forward a couple of days and accounting is emailing asking about the charge because the bank called and said that the owner of the card is claiming fraud. We provided signed receipts. However, Sally managed to still get her money back. She also used the same card to sign up for
I can still grab the loadout.
It was not lost for the hotel since it was just a certificate.
So yeah.
That she used the card for. So I decided to give
you know what something about bounties is? They should at least flash the locations of the people that are tracking you like every 30 seconds, maybe 10, I don't know. We'll just flash it from then to now. Every now and then, jeez. I cannot speak.
She's coming in, and my gut is telling me that she's going to try and use the
those certificates. Maybe she thinks it's been long enough and that we have forgotten. Sorry, Sally, I don't forget a $2,400 chargeback. My plan is to confront her at check-in and play a little dumb. I might say something along the lines of, someone tried to purchase fraudulent gift cards at Jimmy. I hope all of that got sorted out for you. What card would you like to use for incidentals? Hopefully, something like that will keep her from trying. But part of me wishes she would. I would love to have a conversation with her. Wish me luck. Any suggestions on what to say at check-in are welcome. One of the suggestions said, so here's what I'm thinking. Don't just refuse her gift certificates, but also the card. Sorry, that card was used to commit fraud at our hotel. We cannot accept it. The original poster responded to that saying, I checked. She used a different card to book the room. After the chargeback, I'm sure the bank made her cancel the card. So jumping into the future, there is an update. So I just happened to be at the desk when my dear friend Sally arrived, alone, and without the mom this time. I go through all of the steps, I welcome her back, and have a polite chat with her while I also go over the details of her stay.
That's all I need.
Is going well, and she was being quite pleasant. Now it's time for her to provide a card for incidentals. As she's placing her card into the reader, I take an opportunity to tell her that I know on a roundabout way by saying, Mrs. Sally, I'm not sure if you recall, but I gave you a call a few months ago in regards to the gift certificates that you purchased during your last stay. The charge was reported to us as fraudulent, and we never received funds for those. Unfortunately for you, that means that they are not valid. I never heard back from you, so I'm guessing you were able to sort it out with your bank. She froze. She didn't say anything for a few seconds and then just looked up at me with a puzzled look on her face and says,
I have one chance. And I did it.
And her hand is straight up shaking. I've clearly rattled her and caught her off guard. She checks in and gets settled.
No!
Desk to the agents.
I think we got our token. I think we got one token. I think we got one. I think we got one.
Front office manager comes to talk to me in the back office. She tells me that not too long after
We got one. We got one. We got one. Okay.
For a manager other than me. She then demands to be told exactly what we know, and the front office.
No!